Hey there, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Angela and I help women remember who they are and take time for themselves and refocus on the things that are important to them. So if you do not know me or my backstory or much about me, then you wouldn't know that right now in my life, I pretty much live out of a suitcase. And I have for probably a couple years now. And that's because I am a full-time traveling dog sitter. I have built a business with my mom. It's called Jet Set Pet Sitters. And we do kennel-free boarding in Damascus, Oregon. And then I do travel in-home sitting with dogs. And I'm actually at a client's house right now. And so today I wanted to talk about the chaos of life and how difficult it can be to just take even a second for ourselves. Because this is something I have struggled with for a while. And that was part of the reason why I was inspired to create the intention candles for Daily Ritual Candle Company. And you're gonna hear in the background two little kids that are laying on the floor here wanting my attention because again, this is my full-time business, Jet Set Pet Sitters. So I had to pause there for a second because Lily was really wanting my attention. And isn't that how life is, right? When we are trying to do something, there's so many things that are pulling for our attention, whether if you have children or dogs or family members, the computer, your business, work, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. There are so many things that are pulling at us and pulling at our energy. And really what I've learned over the last several years is when you don't take time out for yourself, you end up burning yourself out. And somehow, maybe you were really good at self-care in the past, but because of life circumstances and everything that's going on around us, honestly, it's just like it feels like life has really sped up and it's just really difficult to keep up with the day-to-day life. And then we have all of this stuff coming at us, or we want to check on Instagram or see what's going on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And then we get sucked down these rabbit holes, right? Not to mention all of our responsibilities of day-to-day life. Well, there are some simple things that you can do to take those steps back to reclaiming that time for yourself. It can feel really overwhelming to try to implement a new exercise routine or take long, nice hot baths or just get out of the house and go take care of anything that you want to take care of, getting, you know, your appointments done or doing anything nice or anything fun for yourself. Um, so today I wanted to talk about some really simple things that even though they're simple, they can still be difficult to implement. And I talk about this from experience with, right now there's only 2 dogs here, but sometimes there are about 10 dogs running around at my house. And, if you have dogs or children and toddlers, you know how chaotic that can be. Everybody needs something everybody needs something at different times. And it's like you have hardly time to sit down. But I encourage you to just take those moments, make yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea and just extend those moments. Take those pauses when you're sipping your tea and you're feeling the warm coffee because it's those moments, even if it's just a mere second, that pause where you can drop in and just kind of settle into your body and kind of reconnect with yourself is so, so, so important. That's again, these candles that I created. I actually meant to light this one before we got started today because this is my Speak Your Truth candle. And these intention candles, you know, what I have noticed is I've had trouble focusing, and these intention candles, uh, a candle just in general, you can light it and you can set the intention that it helps you focus and really get your energy kind of going in the same direction. So simply taking that time to put a candle next to your desk or next to your computer if you're trying to work on something and focus in, and using that as kind of like a touch point, where you like an anchor, so you can look at it and just it's just like a reminder to take that time to reconnect and channel your energy. And taking that breath, ultimately it's take squeezing in those moments in between the chaos to just stop and breathe and center yourself. And you know, over these next videos, I'll talk about some more things that we can do. You know, these, I just wanted to start with some really quick things that we can just be mindful of, because we get so wrapped up in the day to day and the go, 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 and always being pulled to the next thing, that we forget to take those times for ourselves. And we, in our mind, sometimes we convince ourselves that we don't have time to take care of ourselves, or we don't have even a second. And I encourage you just to make yourself a priority, even for a few moments in your day, just so you can come back to yourself. And we're going to talk about, you know, things that you can do to rebuild that muscle of focusing on some moments for yourself and seeing how we can expand that in your life. So I'm excited to go on this journey with you. I am working on this myself, taking those steps to creating the space and making myself a priority. So I hope you can take something from this video, and I would love to hear, you know, if you have a comment, please leave it below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.